Hello, my name is Janaea Palmer. I am the team leader of the New Jersey Hope and Healing Crisis Counseling Program at the Mental Health Association of Essex and Morris. I'm delighted to virtually share another Mindfulness Monday video with you. I'll be presenting on plants, gardening, and emotional well-being. This video is brought to you by our Crisis Counseling Program. My team and I are collaborating with the New Jersey Department of Human Services, Division of Mental Health and Addiction Services, Disaster and Terrorism Branch. We are here to serve anyone who has been emotionally impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. The CCP is funded through a FEMA SAMHSA grant. There is no fee for participation. For this video, I'll be sharing information on the physical and psychological benefits of plants and gardening. I will also talk about how plants and gardening informs how we practice mindfulness and self-care. The COVID-19 pandemic has ignited an increased interest in plants and gardening. Plant parenting is a term coined by the millennial generation. It simply refers to caring for houseplants. It also is defined as a person who thinks of their plants the way others tend to think about their pets or children. Here's a quote by Joe Lampe. You nurture the seedlings and do everything you can for them. And then it's like you're putting your babies in the soil. They don't call it a nursery for nothing. I put a lot of care and emotion into the garden. I think plants and gardening is more than a trend, and here's why. Physically, plants and gardening boosts air quality, promotes exercise, encourages healthy eating, and decreases risk of illness. Thanks to photosynthesis, plants remove carbon dioxide from the air and replace it with oxygen. We breathe in oxygen and exhale carbon dioxide. Indoor plants can keep the air in your home clean and oxygen rich, which is great for lung and respiratory health. With an outside garden, you're able to get fresh air, and the physical exertion of gardening strengthens the lungs. Gardening is a healthy outlet and hands-on activity that provides a moderate intensity level of exercise. Gardening and plant care provide physical activities for people to do, distracting the mind from the things that are stress-inducing. Exposure to nature and sunlight gives you a healthy dose of vitamin D, increasing your calcium levels, which benefits your bones and immune system. The fruits, vegetables, and herbs grown in a garden promote healthier eating. Herbs or other smaller plants grown indoors can make their way into your meals, so you can eat what you grow. Gardening or simply walking through green spaces could help prevent and treat ill health. Regular moderate intensity exercise may reduce the risk of dementia, mental health problems, cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and cancer of the breast and colon. Dirt makes you happy. There is a natural antidepressant in soil called Mycobacterium vaccae. The digging stirs up microbes in the soil. Inhaling these microbes can stimulate serotonin production, which can make you feel relaxed and happier. Here's a quote by Alfred Austin. The glory of gardening, hands in the dirt, head in the sun, heart with nature. To nurture a garden is to feed not just the body, but the soul. Psychologically, plants and gardening improves mood, relieves stress and anxiety, prolongs attention span, and boosts self-esteem. Caring for plants can reduce physiological and psychological stress as compared with mental work. This may be because caring for plants suppresses sympathetic nervous system activity and promotes comfortable, relaxed, and natural feelings. Focusing on a garden or caring for plants can help ease the pain of loss and grief. Stress is a major contributor to ill health. Exposure to nature in the form of trees, grass, and flowers can effectively reduce stress, particularly if initial stress levels are high. There's a Japanese expression called Shinrin Yoku, or forest bathing. This is the experience of being immersed in green. Constantly seeing and being around plants helps people feel calmer and more relaxed, thus decreasing levels of anxiety and reducing levels of cortisol, which is a stress hormone. Views or brief experiences of nearby nature help to restore the mind from mental fatigue, as natural settings provide respite from the highly focused attention needed for most tasks in school or at work. Being around plants, whether at home or work, helps improve memory and attention span by 20% and can increase concentration. Gardening regularly and following through with the process of growing a plant can increase confidence, self-esteem, and create a sense of accomplishment. This can lower feelings of anxiety and depression and cheer us up. People feel a rewarding sense of pleasure and achievement when something flourishes. Gardening and plant care cultivate feelings of empowerment, connection, and a creative calm. It also satisfies our senses. Being surrounded by nature and carefully nurturing plant life, or even immersing yourself amid pleasant views and beautiful smells, can be very helpful. Gardening and plant care can help self and social connection. Solo gardening gives you some alone time where you can process your thoughts and emotions without the influence of others. Solo gardening also gives a chance for you to think about things in your life, your aspirations, and what makes you happy. Joining a community garden will help you connect and socialize with new people that share the same interests. Gardening with friends and family is a relaxing activity that can help you build relationships with others. How does plants and gardening help you practice mindfulness and self-care? I'm glad you asked. I recently bought a corn plant. Similar to this picture, a few of its leaves started turning brown and brittle. I thought I was giving it everything it needed: adequate water, sunlight, and appropriate temperature. My concerns for this plant quickly shifted to self-doubt. However, I learned that it was better for me to recognize my good efforts, accept that everything is not in my control, and it's okay to not get it right away. After all, this is a new plant. After removing the brown, brittle leaves, I gave myself permission to hope that I will get better at taking care of it as time goes on and that new leaves will form. So plants and gardening can help you practice acceptance. It can be a good antidote for perfectionism. It's also a great way of developing a growth mindset. It can help you be present by tuning into your experience while also serving as a reminder to care for yourself. Here's a quote by Janet Kilburn Phillips: "There are no gardening mistakes, only experiments." Here's a few pictures from my home and places I've been to that just incorporates plants, flowers, and greenery. Nature experiences can enhance creativity by evoking new ways of thinking, promoting curiosity, and encouraging more flexible thinking. Here are the references as to where I got my content from for this video. I also want to stop right here and give you an opportunity to learn more about some of the services that we're providing. We do have a COVID connection support group. This is for anyone who's having any thoughts or concerns about reintegrating back into the community. We're meeting every Tuesday at 7 p.m. for the COVID connection support group. We also have support groups or mutual support groups for children and teens. For children, our after school chat and craft are meeting every Wednesday at 3:30 as well as 4:30. And we're providing some type of self-care by using art-based activities to just help them express themselves. And each week, the children are really excited to just be together to connect and create. As for the teens, we're meeting every Thursday at 3:30, and we're engaging in some art journaling, another opportunity for teens to connect, create, but also de-stress. For both of these groups, our chat and crafts, it does require registration. So please feel free to contact us by calling us or sending us an email about your interests. We also have a group for anyone who's receiving mental health services. It's called our Consumer Thursday group. We recognize that a number of programs had either halted or completely stopped just because of the constant changes of the pandemic. And we wanted to offer a space for, those who are receiving mental health services to connect and socialize and receive support. And this space, they're able to, discuss about their concerns about the COVID-19 pandemic. We're meeting every Thursday at 5 p.m. for Consumer Thursday. Now, every other Friday at 4 p.m., we have Fun Zone Friday for ages 18 and up. This is a mutual support group in which we're engaging in virtual games and activities as a way to help people de-stress and practice some self-care. So feel free to join us for Fun Zone Friday. Our next ones that are coming up are May 7th and the 21st. And here's our contact information. Feel free to follow us on social media. The best way is to connect with us is through phone. Our number is 973-509-9777, and our extension is 151. Feel free to text us. Our texting line is 973-380-0507, and feel free to send us an email. Once again, our social media platforms have a number of things in terms of the services that we provide, which is individual counseling, family counseling, and support groups. And if you're following us on YouTube as well, you'll be able to have access to our previous Mindfulness Monday videos. So this is the end of this video. I hope that you're able to learn something new, and I hope that you're able to either plant flowers in your garden, or at least be in a free space with greenery, and just enjoy that atmosphere. And thank you for virtually joining me for this Mindfulness Monday video. Take care.